My name is Emily, and I'm 33 years old. I have a family of 3. My husband, Bob, who is the same age as me, and our 3-year-old daughter, Jessica. Bob's family runs a tutoring school. His parents were teachers in the past, and Bob himself holds a teaching license. I can hardly believe I married into such a wealthy and intelligent family. Initially, my parents and friends were worried about me, but their concerns were unnecessary. Bob's family warmly welcomed me and accepted me as I am. My mother-in-law, Mary, who has 3 sons, was especially happy to have a daughter in the family. Although I was nervous at first, my energetic and cheerful nature is my strength. I decided to be myself and built a good relationship with them. I hold a second-class landscaping construction management engineer certificate, working on greening projects in parks and commercial facilities. I studied hard to earn this national certification, and even after going out to the field, it was a test of physical strength. The job is demanding, but I always take care of my health and am proud of my strength as a woman. Bob, now teaching at the family's tutoring school, used to be an elementary school teacher. We first met when I visited his school for a greening project meeting. After giving birth, I took maternity leave and just returned to work last year. With my daughter still young, I prioritize family now, but sometimes I can't make it in time to pick her up. In those times, Mary helps and Bob picks her up if he can. I am grateful for their support in balancing my career and family life. However, there is one person in my married life who troubles me, my sister-in-law, Lisa. She is Bob's brother's wife. Bob is the second of 3 brothers, with the youngest being single. The eldest son, Jacob, is married to Lisa, who is mainly a housewife but also helps with the tutoring school's accounting and administration. She seems to plan on sending her 5-year-old son to a private elementary school. From the first meeting at my in-laws' house, I knew she had different values and ways of thinking from mine. Petite, always well-dressed and smiling. I initially thought she was lovely, but she turned out to be two-faced. One time, while helping in the kitchen, she changed her demeanor when Mary left. "Can't you do something about your dress?" she snapped, her voice and demeanor so different from her usual self. "You're always wearing scruffy, dirty-looking clothes. Don't you see you're the odd one out here? It's embarrassing for me." "Well, I need to move easily. My daughter is still small, and I have to chase her," I replied. "I have a child too, you know." She sighed dramatically, about to say more but reverted to her usual self when Mary returned. "What were you two chatting about so animatedly?" Mary asked. "Oh, just some parenting talk," Lisa said, her voice instantly changing. Amazing how she switches personalities like a sensor that changes her demeanor when Mary appears, I thought. "Really?" Mary asked, looking at me. "Yes, just talking about our kids," I confirmed. Lisa nodded in satisfaction at my response. I'm not scared of slender Lisa or anything, but I didn't want to make a fuss over such petty remarks or worry Mary unnecessarily. Some of my friends struggle with mother-in-law issues. It's commonly heard that mothers-in-law can be a source of stress. Compared to that, I'm lucky to have a kind mother-in-law who supports my work. I thought I could handle Lisa's snide comments, but she continued to belittle me whenever we met. Once, while traveling for work, I ran into her chatting with 2 or 3 other moms. We made eye contact, and it would have been strange to ignore her. "Hello, Lisa," I said with a smile. "Oh, hi there," she replied. I was in a hurry, so we only exchanged greetings, but later that night, she called my home. "What were you thinking?" she exploded as soon as she realized it was me on the phone, without even a greeting. "What are you talking about?" "About this afternoon. Don't approach me looking like that. How can you walk around in those work clothes? Unbelievable. We all saw you. It's normal to dress nicely even without a special occasion. All those moms are preparing their kids for private school admissions. You're from a different world." It was so embarrassing, she ranted on. "Well, I was working, so those were actually my work clothes. That doesn't matter. Just don't talk to me in public anymore. It's embarrassing." "But isn't that weird? We're family after all." "That's what I've been saying. You were classless and not suitable for our family, and I never thought of you as a sister, even if we're related by marriage." She hung up abruptly, leaving me stunned. Did she really need to call just to say that? Her snide remarks continued at family gatherings, but what's worse was she only showed her true colors when we were alone. She dresses nicely, the sophisticated wife of a wealthy family. She must love that image of herself. I don't mind that, but I don't understand why she feels the need to attack me for not fitting her taste. Sure, she always wears nice clothes, bags, and accessories, but how does she have so many? Maybe Jacob just lets her buy whatever she wants. Her quiet husband probably doesn't know her true nature. That's just how she is. I hadn't told Jacob or Mary, but I'd been feeling stressed out, so I informed Bob. Oh, she doesn't seem like that type, he said, initially taking it lightly. But a few days later, Mary called. She was organizing a family dinner that weekend, informing us about the restaurant and time. Though we all lived about 30 minutes away by car or train, she usually didn't interfere in her sons' lives. However, she requested that all families gather for my father-in-law's birthday and Christmas. This time was for my father-in-law's birthday. We got a private room at his favorite high-end restaurant. It's our first time there as a whole family, but it's really delicious, so look forward to it. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, I said, excited. I dreaded meeting Lisa, but tried not to let it show. You sound a bit down. Is work keeping you busy? Mary asked. No, I'm fine, really, I replied quickly, trying to reassure her, though my voice might have betrayed some reluctance. Emily, if there's anything troubling you about our family, you can tell me, she said gently. No, there's nothing. Your help with our daughter when I work late is always appreciated. It's not about your family. Oh, not about my family, she responded, a bit puzzled. I didn't quite understand what she meant, but there was no time to ponder it further as the weekend of the dinner arrived. I resolved to celebrate my father-in-law's birthday with genuine gratitude, and not let sarcastic Lisa ruin the occasion. I arrived early, relieved to find that neither my in-laws nor Jacob's family were there yet. It felt rude to have kept my father-in-law waiting, and arriving early meant less time with Lisa. Soon after, Jacob's family arrived. Hello, long time no see, Emily, Jacob greeted me. Hello, Jacob. It's been a while, I replied, exchanging polite greetings. As Bob and Jacob started chatting, Lisa approached me, looking me over from head to toe before letting out a sigh. What's with that outfit? You should dress better for a high-end restaurant like this. How many times do I have to tell you? She whispered, her usual insults cutting through the air. Why did she have to say that on such a happy occasion? I forced a smile and responded, I chose a dress today, considering the occasion. Is it odd? It's not a high-end brand, but I can't believe you chose to wear such cheap things. With your square shoulders, the dress doesn't suit you. And you're only wearing your wedding ring. Bare nails and rough hands too, she continued. My work doesn't allow for manicures. Aren't your long nails inconvenient for housework? I countered, keeping my voice steady. Handling plants and soil often ruins my hands. Not being able to wear nail polish is trivial to me. My muscular physique was a result of my hard work in landscaping, something I was proud of. I was proud of my work, but her mockery made me retort, What are you saying? I don't do housework. Her voice grew louder, angered by my response. I can't stand you. Despite my kindness and advice, you never listen to me. You even defy me. I can't be associated with someone as crude as you. She was losing sight of her surroundings in her anger. Today is a celebration for our father-in-law. Please don't concern yourself with me, I said, trying to stay calm. You're the one ruining it. You're the one who doesn't fit in this family. I've been saying this. I can't dine with someone so shabby. You go home. What? Why should I go home? This is Mary's event, and you're the one causing a scene, I replied, staying firm. I'll address your concerns about me later. I have things to say too, but not now. Why are you talking back to me? Leave? Didn't you hear? Better yet, get out of this family altogether, Lisa demanded, her voice rising. Just as Bob approached in response to her raised voice, it happened. The one who should leave is you, came a calm yet authoritative voice. The door of the private room smoothly opened, and Mary quietly entered. Though she was a lady, her entrance was reminiscent of a samurai ready to deliver judgment. Who would be the one to be cut down with her sword of words? Of course, it wasn't me. Next, my father-in-law and Daniel, the youngest son, entered, and then Mary closed the door. Oh, Mary, Paul. Lisa, who had been heated up, seemed to remember where she was and what kind of gathering this was. She opened and closed her mouth, unable to continue her words smoothly. What did you say just now? Anyway, everyone please sit down, Mary said in a calm voice, but with an undeniable force that everyone obeyed. The unspoken lines of one mocking someone's job, plenty of indecent sarcasm, and the ugly daughter-in-law of this world replayed in my mind, capturing the atmosphere. It seems we have to talk before the birthday party. Honey, sorry about this, Mary said to my father-in-law, who nodded in agreement. Then Mary turned to face Lisa. So, Lisa, what were you saying to Emily? Even my mother-in-law, who is usually as gentle as the Virgin Mary, showed a surprising edge when needed. Lisa stammered, No, I was just saying I'm looking forward to today's meal. I must have bad ears lately. I thought I heard get out. No, that was just. We had a little argument. It was a joke. I didn't mean get out. Lisa tried to control her emotions, forcing a smile as usual. An argument. What was the reason? It seemed like you were the one doing all the talking. Since when have you been bullying Emily? Mary's eyes bored into Lisa, making it clear she had heard everything from the corridor. Bullying? No, I was just advising her on manners and clothing as a senior daughter-in-law of this family. It didn't seem like advice. After all, everyone is free to wear what they want as long as it's not disrespectful. Emily wasn't dressed oddly at all, but wearing non-branded clothes to such a fancy restaurant and her makeup and accessories being so plain. Lisa trailed off, clearly flustered. Mary sighed. Lisa, we don't judge people based on their clothes or accessories. We judge them by their character. And I think Emily's character speaks volumes more than any brand name could. The room fell silent, and the weight of Mary's words lingered. I thought it'd be embarrassing for you, Mary and Paul. Enough already, Lisa retorted. Oh, Mary scolded, and I involuntarily shrank my shoulders along with Lisa. The husbands and father-in-law, knowing how scary she can be when she's angry, didn't seem surprised. They were busy taking care of the children, showing them picture books and talking to them. The one who should be embarrassed is you, Lisa, Mary continued. What? Lisa looked taken aback. I noticed something was off when you two were together here. At first, I thought you were talking amicably. We were just talking normally, weren't we? Lisa glanced at me with different eyes, but I didn't meet her gaze. Let me tell you, Emily never tattled to me. You could have changed your attitude, but instead, you escalated things, Mary said, her voice firm. Lisa was becoming flustered, but Mary pressed on. Also, you always wear beautiful clothes and have many bags. Yes, I always make sure I'm presentable wherever I go, Lisa stammered. Where does the money for all that come from? Mary asked, catching Lisa off guard. Lisa froze. Well, of course she began, but Mary interrupted. You help out with the accounting and administration of the tutoring school, and of course, you get paid for that. Even if my son said you could use that money freely, it doesn't seem enough for all those brand clothes and bags. Well, that's because, Lisa tried to explain. Are you using the household money as you please for your own desires? Mary questioned, her tone sharp. No, that's not, Lisa protested. It's true then. That makes sense, Mary concluded, crossing her arms. I was also curious about where the money was coming from. I had thought Jacob was just generous, but maybe he just left the household finances entirely to you. Still, he should have checked a bit more, don't you think? Maybe he trusted you because of your performance as a good wife. But that makes me feel sorry for Jacob. Lisa looked down, unable to respond. Spending money like water and talking about private school exams. You've been saving properly for your son's education, haven't you? You're not expecting us to pay for it, are you? Of course not, but he is one of your adorable grandchildren, after all, Lisa muttered. True, and we do love our grandchildren. We'd like to help with educational funds, Mary acknowledged, her voice softening slightly. When necessary, that's right, isn't it? You get that if you leave our house, Mary stated firmly. What? No, Mary, there's no need for that. I apologize for telling Emily to leave. Lisa's tone was suddenly contrite. Emily, she continued, using my name for the first time, you'll forgive her, right? We're sisters after all. Sisters, I replied, keeping my voice steady. Only as long as you're my brother's wife. Shall I repeat what you said? Mary signaled with her eyes for me to continue, so I did. You said you didn't want to become family, even in-laws, and that you never considered me a sister. Lisa made a strange noise, taken aback by my words. It's not just a matter of the household finances, Mary interjected. You've been dipping into the school's funds, haven't you? Lisa was speechless, her eyes wide with shock. Is that true? I was truly surprised by Mary's revelation. I had suspected Lisa was using household money freely. but I never imagined she was also meddling with the finances of the tutoring school run by my in-laws. It seems you were clever enough not to get caught, so it took a while to figure it out, Mary continued. Charlie, who has been doing our accounting for years, you deceived him too, didn't you? Lisa turned pale. The gifts for the teaching material suppliers and the thank you gifts for the teachers who conduct seminars. We trusted you with such shopping, but the amounts on the receipts gradually increased, as did the frequency. You said things like, I was told to give it as a birthday present, or I was asked by Bob or Mary. That's not true, Lisa exclaimed, her voice faltering. What are you talking about? Giving department store items other than confectionery as gifts, something we never did before. But we trusted you because you were our daughter-in-law. The lunch expenses for taking part-time teachers out, you were actually using them for lunches and tea with your mom friends. Mary's tone was cold and unyielding. The questionable receipts gradually increased, and finally, Charlie came to consult us. Even before that, my son had noticed and started investigating. You betrayed everyone's trust for you. Dressing up seems to be the most important thing to you. No, it wasn't me, Lisa said, her voice faint. She looked at Jacob for support, but he only gave her a cold stare. If what's been said is true, that's only natural. Emily is the opposite of you. Sure, she's a bit indifferent to fashion, but she puts her family and work first, putting herself second. You mocked her job without really understating it, but being a landscape construction manager is an impressive qualification. She must have studied hard to earn it. As I listened, I felt a sense of relief seeing Lisa get a taste of her own medicine. Mary's sudden praise for my efforts caught me off guard and made me emotional. She's a person with determination, so I thought if she wants to continue her job, we should respect that. Have you ever seen her work? Unbothered by dirt or mud on her clothes and hands, working with such vigor, would you mock such a person? Hearing her words brought tears to my eyes. Lisa, with no more excuses or pretense, simply hung her head low. Our tutoring school may not be as big as the national chains, but we've gained trust by caring for our teachers and students. It's about the people, the heart. The one who doesn't fit here is you. You are the one who should leave, Mary declared firmly, exuding such cool composure that I almost wanted to applaud her. After that, Lisa, who had played the role of an elegant, ideal wife, was ousted from the wealthy household. Jacob set up a meeting to discuss their situation, but even then, Lisa refused to admit her faults and lashed out in anger. This led Jacob to decide on a divorce. With the discovery of her embezzlement, she couldn't claim any alimony and was left with nothing. Jacob retained custody of their son, and with the support of my in-laws, they planned to continue their lives as usual. Lisa, always putting herself first, had often been harsh to her son whenever things didn't go her way. However, reassured by his father and grandparents, the boy seemed to understand everything. The private school exams had been solely Lisa's strong desire, and now, free from the pressure, he enjoyed playing with our daughter. Of course, Bob and I intended to help in any way we could. One relaxed weekend at my in-laws, Mary approached me and said, I'm really sorry for making you feel bad all this time. We should have noticed earlier. Not at all. I didn't mind it initially, I replied. From now on, don't hesitate to speak up if you're in trouble, okay? Mary added with genuine concern. As I recalled Mary's words about the importance of people and the heart, I couldn't help but look at her with admiration. Noticing my gaze, she asked, What is it? Nothing, I was just thinking how cool you are, Mary, I said with a smile. Oh, come on, the cool one is you, able to create gardens while wearing overalls. Maybe next time you could work on our garden. I want to replant the flower beds, Mary suggested. Absolutely. Let me know anytime, even if it's not a job. I agreed. You should charge her properly, you know. Mom can be demanding. Bob chimed in playfully, and we all laughed together. Cherishing people, cherishing hearts. I knew I would remember to do just that, to keep laughing and living happily with my precious family.